those long sight lines. British Hurricane potentially going out with the Ash Goats though, and Angry Titans hovering something a little bit different here, Harry.
Hathical would be the one on the Ash, but over on Angry Titan side, Bruce on the Hanzo is something that I'm excited to see. Usually we've known him for his Diva plays, also got a very remarkable Farah, but now he's going to be picking up that sniper hero. Urki's going to have to be the one here who makes the main calls to try and communicate an engagement onto British Hurricane, maybe hack away Numlock's shield to allow for some openings for Kevster and Brucean.
British Hurricane are actually scurrying back to their spawn, potentially wanting to change Hathical over. Yes, there we go. Okay, to the Diva, and they're actually going a dive-centric style of Goats. No Zen to be found either. There's only one person you really want to discord as the Zen, going up against AT, and that is Super Fluke. And if there's only one, you're not gaining a whole bunch of value off it, so you might as well go for this dive and the more healing-centric comp with the Ana.
Yeah, and you can also look for that Bardic Grenade as well. That's one of your primary win conditions of this composition, to try and hit that from long range. Unlock, he actually gets dragged behind a pillar there, which means no healing can come through. And Hathical's got to try and make this work out enough, and he's going straight in on Super Fluke.
He got Super Fluke down. There's not really too much tanks available now for AT, so they're going to have to move on to the point, be a little bit more careful. But Urki says not today. He did manage to take out not only the mech of Hathical, he actually took out Jofi as well. Hathical's going to get finished off. The point's going to get claimed by AT. And this long sniper proficiency coming in from Bruce and Kevster, already up to their ult. So Urki's 20% away from EMP as well.
Great usage of a Holt there as well from Super Fluke on the entrance from Numlock. No surprises this time. Kevster knows exactly where you're coming from, and you're straight into a sightline. Big Holt is going to force Numlock to make an engagement right now.
Look at Bulk, he's in trouble. Entire time he was in trouble. He was half HP because Kevster managed to plink him. Nice headshot onto Numlock. Tried to go for the dive, but you want to reset yourself, of course, sooner, and maybe Hathical getting staggered out here a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to jump off the edge as he gets pulled back in, but he ends up going down anyway. And AT can then send Urki around the back. They can harass the supports. British Hurricane have to turn around, and then they're in the waiting clutches of Kevster and Brucean.
And Angry Titans are making the most of a bad situation right here. They need to bring in Brucean, who doesn't have a synergy that's really required for that 3-3. So they're putting him on Hanzo, where really you can be more of a solo operator. He's going to be looking for this Dragon Strike down a narrow corridor.
This EMP is going to be devastating. Everybody EMP. Dragon Strike coming out from Brucean as well. What a quick cleanup. 50% now for AT. They threw in a lot of ults in that fight, but they got so much to already back themselves up off of now, Harry. 10% towards another sites for Kevster. They know exactly where they're going to be. Then they can play with that information and use that supercharger.
And that supercharger is so important, Jules, because it means Urki and Bruce will be doing 50% extra damage. That means you can build up your ult 50% quicker if you're doing exactly what you need to. Urki's going to be able to sustain himself here using their health packs, and British Hurricane are taking the same approach straight into the supercharger.
Numlock's going to get Nanas to jump to the back line, but he's taken so much damage already. Does force the Transcendence coming in from A-Fox. Doesn't mean everybody's going to be invincible. And now he's going to try and check Bruce and use that Primal Rage and bashes him against the wall to find the kill. Urki will eventually go down as well, and it's going to be AT just stalling out for time now. With Urki and Bruce falling, that's a lot of damage now missing, and a lot less defenses for Ace Fox to kind of scurry behind as well. Kevster, you might just go down. Yeah, Dano was actually flanking him at that point also. Hurricane managed to find the flip quite early on in the fight as well, so they actually get 20% now rolling into the next one.
Some nice mid-jump aim flicks there from Numlock, moving his head hitbox as he sails towards Kevster, making sure that he could not use the headshots that he wanted. Angry Titan's going to have a wholesale swap up right now. Urki's going to be the only one, as well as A-Fox remaining on the heroes who are previously playing. Instead, Brucean's going now onto this Brigitte.
Very early grab. They know there's no Transcendence available for that AT. Bubble doing a little bit there to block off a lot of that healing. Kevster gets isolated, singled out, and instantly killed. Supluke's going to fall as well. At least A-Fox got a kill in that engagement. I mean, it's a little bit of free ult charge for you, why not? You know you're going to lose the fight after you get grabbed and have no support ults to follow it up. The British Hurricane now firmly in control, Harry. They got Nano Boost, soon as going to be able to get ult fairly quickly too.
Angry Titans are faced with a very hard decision here. Urki, he needs to get huge value off the CMP. Do you use it in the next fight is the question. British Hurricane are about 35% away from capping this first point. You can maybe get 2 fights out of that. So Urki needs to decide whether he wants to use this now or when they've got more potential to follow up.
Numlock's going to jump straight in. A-Fox in trouble, instantly taken care of. They do trade supports as Bok ends up going down as well, but the damage from Numlock has already been done. Self-destruct's launching near the point, but Super Fluke and someone else, I believe, has moved their way onto the point. No, in fact, it's just him. He managed to find and isolate 1 kill onto Danid, but that was all of it. Yofi and then Numlock was able to chase him out. Numlock's great mobility here, controlling these sight lines and instantly being able to rejoin the rest of his team. Now British Hurricane are only 5% away from claiming the map, and A-Fox was forced to use that Transcendence to get back on the point.
This is a very messy fight, Jaws. Havical's been hacked. This can be Urki farming up another EMP.
60% on it. He's got to be careful, though. Numlock can check him. He's going to come back in rather soon. They managed to find one kill in fact, but is it actually going to be enough? If I actually died with ultimate as well. Numlock gets solo grabbed on the side, but receiving so much healing and bubbles to keep him up. And now Superblue trying to get his ult online, but it's so hard for him to really hit anybody. He finally sends Suna to the ground, but Suna throws out the grab instantly afterwards. OT's now ticking through, and British Hurricane just trying to force people off of the point. Kevster has to now deal with Numlock, who's nano boosted in the back line, even using the Transcendence to help them stay on the point, but I think it's too little too late for them now. Brewston's going to go down as well, and British Hurricane cleaning everybody else up. They claim Mecha Base.
That fight just got so messy. It seems like Angry Titans didn't really know what their plan was right there, Jules. We saw that there was an engagement at that backwards door, and Brewston was in huge trouble, and somehow Superblue, your primary shield, he's on the point, he's just got to pick, like, Sniper Reinhardt or something.
He was on his own.
He's just like, don't worry, guys, I'm dealing with the point,
I killed
you
the
will
brig.
flank.
Yeah, you flank, guys. I killed the brig, and maybe we win, right? But
yeah.
like I said, Numlock was using all his mobility as the Winston, just leaping down, killing one. Oh, I can just Primal Rage back up. I've now 1,000 HP, and there's not much you can do about it.
And Bok is getting so much value here out of Bardic Nades, and that really can be the difference maker between these two compositions, right? Because Aafox, he's playing on the Zenyatta usually. He has that Discord Orb, means that Numlock's going to be taking more damage, but he's getting 50% more healing when he is on that particular play. Angry Titans have made a little bit of a swap up. Brewston's now over on to the Zarya. This is going to mean that he's going to be one of the primary damage dealers for this composition, because Kevster, even though he's playing the DPS hero, doesn't have quite as much. He's going to be going up against Happycool, and Bocket still staying on that Ana. More healing will be available for Numlock, so they jostle around this drum position. No one wants to give up that first cap.
It's fairly important to note, actually, because Brewston was on the Brig, of course. Urki was on the Sombra, so they're changing up their structure completely, and maybe that was down to actually Urki having ult charge initially, running out on the triple DPS. They're not wanting to waste that at all. Nice little first kill for British Hurricane. They managed to find the kill onto Aafox. Yofi actually gets traded, but the rest of the backline was in trouble as Hurricane was marching forwards. Nice little pin by Numlock, and that should end the fight quick sharp. Brewston's going to go down as well. Kevster's done a good job of farming the EMP, of course, though. He's up to almost 90% now. Numlock finds yet another kill onto Fat, but it does result in Hurricane capping the point.
And that EMP is going to be so important, Jaws. It's going to stop Numlock both from having his shield active and from using his Earth Shatter, because right now Superblue's in a massive deficit. There's been so much aggression onto him. He hasn't had too much time to really swing away with that hammer. Nano Boost is ready to go as well. I want to see Bocket here so far away from Numlock so both of them can't get EMP'd. That way Numlock can either answer it with a Shatter, or Bocket can use the Nano Boost onto Numlock to help him survive the onslaught.
Kevster's got the EMP as well. He's going to want to be able to set up for this one. Bok has to hide away to make sure he can apply it to Numlock in order for him not to go down almost instantly. Superblue's got the Shatter coming online as well. Numlock's going to go fairly low, and now Kevster, using that EMP, is going to find Numlock and Bok, so no defensive ult can be used, but Danit was actually already rallying. That armor's being applied to everybody on British Hurricane as they do storm the point, but Fat comes up with a clutch kill. Happycool going down, 2% towards that EMP is disastrous for Hurricane. Numlock's going to get nanoed, but he hasn't got really any follow-up to follow up into this fight with.
He was interrupted.
Oh, he tried to use the Shatter as well. A desperation play. I didn't expect him to use that, and to be honest, I don't think AT did either. They managed to kill him off, and there were so many ults wasted there. They just threw them into the void, and AT managed to cap.
Kevster there, super smart. Actually went for a manual hack onto Bocket before going for the EMP, making sure that he would not be interrupted by a Sleep Dart. There was no chance that a Bardic Grenade or a Nano Boost could come out if somehow Bocket avoided the incoming EMP, making sure that there was no way to save Numlock. That was great play there from Angry Titans, who now can lock up this next fight with a Graviton Surge should they so desire. Happycool could use a defensive EMP maybe after a Graviton Surge to help everyone, or maybe you can combine the EMP with the Graviton Surge.
That's a big EMP. Aafox not going to be there with the Transcendence to back them up. Nice pin again from Numlock, targeting out Superfluke. Kevster still trying to build up towards his EMP of his own. He's going to be able to find the kill on Bok, but right now AT don't have a main tank to deal with. They do exchange Gravitons, and Urki ends up going down as well. AT slowly but surely bleeding out. Numlock finds yet another pin kill, but they took control of the point, Harry, so early on in that engagement that AT was still throwing bodies at it when they are just kind of burning away at their own internal time bank now.
Yeah, AT is a bit more disciplined when it comes to keeping on that point. They could have had about 50, maybe 60% right now and just forced British Hurricane to get the cap. Superfluke, unfortunately, losing out in these duels consistently with the help of the hacks of Happycool. Numlock managed to pin Aafox while he was in the Transcendence, but it expired midway through. It's got to be about these EMP shadow combinations right now for Angry Titans if they want to take this back. They've got to isolate Numlocks. They've got to make sure that he goes down to the onslaught, but there's so much to answer it.
Dano's going fairly low, so he uses that rally. The Nano's going to come out on Numlocks as he tries to stay alive. The beat's going to come through as well. British Hurricane throwing everything into this fight. They have to make it work. A shadow hits the floor from Numlocks as he does find at least one, and Urki does pay the price for it. Another fantastic pin as well does end Superfluke's life. The EMP to round it all out for Hurricane, though. Suna's got the grab too, but he's not going to need it. OT ticks down, and Hurricane claim Busan.
They read it so well, Jaws. They just say, okay, we know you're going to go for EMP into Shadow combo, right? And we've got 3 support ultimates, and we're in overtime. So we're just going to apply all of these right now. If we can survive those 6 seconds where we're hacked, then you don't have anything. This is our fight to win after that. You're going to see Numlocks get a pin. Numlock's really good at these pins right now. He's really anticipating the pathing of Angry Titans. He's really managing to catch him off guard. And really, he's being able to outplay Superfluke so well here with the help of Bucket this Ana. We know Bucket to be a fantastic Ana, and he's definitely been able to leverage it in this meta.
Yeah, that he has. Busan will be taken by British Hurricane. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere. Map number 2 coming up soon. Hey guys, welcome back to AT versus British Hurricane. Again, my name is Jules and that is Legday. If you've only just joined us, British Hurricane are 1-0 up in the series right now, kind of blowing away the competition currently. AT, with their brand new member Bruce, just couldn't really make anything stick. They had one big swap up going into map number 2 of Busan, where they changed 3 people's heroes, just kind of swapped them around, and even that didn't kind of work out.
Yeah, they're having a couple of swap around, trying to figure out what to do with Bruce in the roster. Evidently, he's incredibly flexible. He's played on the Zarya, he's played on the Brigitte, he's played on the Hanzo as well, and maybe we'll see those compositions returning, as is de rigueur for Paris right now. You really see a lot of sniper play. Yesterday it was Zapre versus Asking, sort of our matchup of the day between HSL, and it was really good to see those two exchanging fire. I'd love to see that kind of thing happen again. Maybe we'll see Sparker come into the roster. He's on British Hurricane, sort of like as that flicking hit scan specialist with the Widowmaker. Let's have a quick look.
He's in?
He is in. So we're expecting the Widowmaker. Who will answer on Angry Titans, though? I'm anticipating Kevster. Previously, you would look to Spectral, or Only God as he was known in previous lives, to come out with that Widowmaker. But Kevster, he's a very, very potent.
Please take a bite out of that croissant. Please. Oh, he didn't.
That's a pigeon with great self-control.
Yeah, standing for... I've never seen pigeons.
He's on a keto diet.
Jeez. You've seen those videos of the pigeons just snatching foods out of people's hands? Like, especially tourists.
Seagulls are the worst.
Seagulls.
They'll take a whole burger. They're just like, cheeseburger, that's mine. That's my cheeseburger.
So a lovely outing to the UK. First time being here to the beach, you know. You got your ice cream or you got your burger that you bought from a seaside, like, little, you know, pop-up burger place.
You got some Cornish ice cream on the go.
Yeah, exactly. Some chips or whatever, and then what happens? Giant seagull the size of about a 3-year-old just comes in, swoops, and takes them out.
Just the size of a car, really. Like, did I just have my burger stolen by a flying Ford Mondeo?
Yeah. And the US thinks the pigeons are big, and we say, well, look at English seagulls, and you'll understand. Right, Paris is the map, of course, and we do see British Hurricane starting out on the defense. They're not going for that Widowmaker, though, Harry. Just straight 3-3 with Sparker on the Zarya.
I find this incredibly interesting, but they're trying to go for this early play. You can see them hiding away right now. Bocket's still on the Anna. If you can land an early bardic grenade here, especially like straight into AFOX and Super Blue, British Hurricane can run over Angry Titans, especially if they move up. They won't have the range to really take advantage of Urki and Kevster.
They're expecting... Oh, there we go. Beautiful Sonic Arrow. Can Numlock find a pin? Yes, he can. Of course he can. Immortality Field's coming out as well. Numlock's being booped in towards the rest of AT. But he did a good job there of isolating AFOX, and that's a lot of free ult charge as well. I don't think you're going to be able to get out of this one, no matter how much you dive and dodge. Urki, Happy Sparker finds himself a nice little 2-piece. And British Hurricane kind of calling what AT we're going to run here. Very classically, we do see the Orisa Hog, and they called right.
And they've called for bluff. They've put Angry Titans back onto this roster where you have to play the 3-2-1, and this is where Angry Titans were weaker before, right? They know they're trying to incorporate Brucein into this. And look at the ultimate charge. British Hurricane have already won a fight. Angry Titans, they're going to have to work very hard to try and win this next one. And Kevster going to try and force a position here. Maybe he gets contested by Haffical, but it's going to be Daned who makes his way in as Numlock gets a little bit of poke.
Yeah, Kevster wants some free charge. That mini health pack's going to come in. Great use for him just healing up. That recovers so quickly. That's a big charge in from Numlock yet again. He can kind of swing away. Earn himself an Earth Shatter too, but Yofi's actually already dead. Nano Boost is going to get applied, and he has to win this fight now. With their Lucio down, there's no hope for retreat, as AT still have theirs available. But a tick has actually been acquired there, Harry. Kevster on the back line is going to be able to claim some more free time, and Danate had to exit the fight in order to contest, and now they've actually lost Havoc, so AT in a very good position to re-engage off this fight.
The defense can be in disarray. British Hurricane have to move back and not give up anything else. Kevster needs a quick heal, but he can obviously keep poking in, and here AFOX can determine the engagement.
Rally's coming out though. Numlock's got the shadow. You see instantly actually a Transcendence being popped, but Kevster takes out Sparker already. Hurricane are in disarray. They need to be able to do something, just group around Numlock to go for this big shatter. Because they haven't got Sparker, he has to play way more defensively now as well. Our Angry Titans now moving on to the point with a shatter of their own.
It's got to be the clutch play. It's got to be the hero play. Sparker maybe will be able to get a Graviton Surge, but it can be answered.
Another tick's going to come through. Numlock now trying to move on to the point. Graviton Surge and the chat has been laid out. That's a lot of healing from the Bio Grenade, but not enough to heal through all the damage that AT come to bear. A lot of damage coming out from Kevster too on the high ground. Earned himself an EMP in that engagement. And Kevster definitely MVP of that fight, drawing British Hurricane away one by one, and AT were fighting at a man advantage every single time.
Now it's about a duel, Jaws. Kevster has the EMP, Yofi almost has the sound barrier. He cannot use it to counter Fat's sound barrier. Fat may use the sound barrier first. Force a counter from Yofi, it can be stripped away by the EMP. They've got to take stock though. Sparker has the Graviton Surge. They're going to need to answer that. Question is, how are they going to do so? They've almost got the sound barrier.
Everybody split up from Hurricane. Sparker's going to get, not Nano, sorry, EMP'd. There's the beat coming through from Hurricane to survive them from the initial onslaught. Fat's going to lay out his as well. Graviton Surge does come through. Numlock's now got himself a Shatter online, and Superluke falling really low. Numlock's going to get hacked and instantly dealt with. Now 2 main tanks are down on either side, and Numlock's even had ult. I'm not sure British Hurricane are going to have the gas in their tank left. They do have priority spawns, and AT recognise this and still backing off. They know they can't really fight now. Numlock's going to come back with that Shatter. And more importantly there, Harry, one thing I want to mention real fast is with Kevster using that EMP, they knew exactly how many ults are online. As soon as someone's hacked, if their ult's available, there's a tick above their heads.
The information has been given, and you're going to know that Angry Titans have taken stock of it. A-Fox knows that he can use his Transcendence here already, though.
Graf's going to come out on the back line, just pinning people up there. Sparker and Numlock are going to be fine for the time being. A Shadow from Numlock is going to hit one, but Kevster instantly receives the bubble and manages to stay alive with the help of the Transcendence. Now Numlock's in trouble, ends up going down as well as he was hacked so early on. Self-destruct launched onto the point, but I'm not sure there's going to be any follow-up. Hatfical does find one, in fact,
so
but AT are still on the point, and they got ults to spare. A grab comes through from Sparker, but it is actually going to be enough to find anything. And even a desperate nano on top of Hatfical to make sure they scurry away.
Pocket there was actually the hero. All it took was one shot jaws from a Bardic Rifle to finish off Bruton. He used his shield early. He took a lot of damage from the self-destruct. He was left with about 100 HP. He was finished off by Pocket. And guess what? You take out Bruton after he's lost that shield. He's got such high energy. You take away the primary DPS Angry Titans have available. But now Angry Titans looking for that same combo. It's become so famous after the last few weeks. It's the EMP. It's the Earth Shatter. And British Hurricane, what can they do to answer it? Look at those ults right there. Nothing online. Daned's the closest, and it's not going to do much to stop this coming through. If Angry Titans can make this work, it's curtains.
Kev's just going to try and set up with the EMP once again. He spots Daned. He needs to spot out those supports. EMP's going to come out. It's not going to get cancelled. Nice little bubble there from Hatfical. Jumped over to the Winston, but that Shatter isn't going to be enough, really, for them to do anything off of. Numlocked and Hatfical are going to go down. Sparker's going to be there, trying to do the most damage as possible. He's got 50% of the ult charge, but he gets instantly hacked. AT claim the tick and claim another one. It's only an Ana versus the world. 91% now building up for AT. British Hurricane can't get back in time. Even after their double main tank swap, weren't able to do all of anything.
This brawling, it was just exhausting them, Jaws. They had to use ultimate after ultimate to try and clutch at straws and bring the fights back into their control. And that eventually caught up to them, right? You can't throw everything into every fight because eventually you're going to run out of money. Even venture capital does run out. Angry Titans managed to take advantage of that. It's a clean double shadow onto both the main tanks you can cleave on through. Not enough to answer it. No support ults on the table. They take the cap with 2 minutes and 51 of a time bank. That's a very respectable time bank for Paris, which can often be very defensively oriented. We often see like a cap and maybe 33% from a vaguely won fight. The defensive spawns here just so good.
Two very separated doors as well, so it's not like you can almost spawn camp them, lock them down. A bit like Anubis in that instance as well.
Yeah,
a few less chokes though in Paris, of course, when it comes to spawns. In the right-hand side of Anubis, if you are looking at the attacker spawn, that gateway isn't normally favoured because you end up just getting torn apart. But Paris, like you said, defended, orientated. Angry Titans, classic solo queue comp now. With a Bastion. He's got the Baptiste behind him as well. And they've also got double main tank again.
That's a ranked special right there.
Yeah, that is. I really want to play Winston right now, guys. Please. I know we maybe need a Hog, which is more common in this comp, but I want to be able to disrupt the back line as well.
Well, Silverfluke also wants to be able to get all over Sparker. Like, Sparker comes in, you know there's going to be a Widowmaker, right? You don't bring Sparker in to play Zarya. That's just not what Sparker do. So Superfluke here, he's going to be playing the role of a diva, really. He's going to be a huge disruptor. If Sparker or Daned try and create a crossfire on them, they try and get into a place where there's not enough shield coverage from Bruton. That's when Superfluke's going to be the one to dive in, try and force 1v1. And Angry Titans, they've already been forced to reposition here. They want to hold a little bit further back, so we've got a much better angle on this central area. It also means they're going to be less likely to be caught off by jump shots. You can see that it's now obscured by the building.
Ah, wow, look at this. Instant rotation back again. They saw British Hurricane come out with a double sniper, but now as soon as they see that, instantly rotating back onto the platform because British Hurricane got that 3-3 online with the Ana.
Silverfluke may well be a huge victim here if Daned will be able to get a shield bash onto him. They can overwhelm him incredibly quickly. Just a little bit of damage. That's going to be a primary damage dealer is Numlock's Fire Strike. He can quickly build up towards an Earth Shatter on static targets like Orisa and Urki on this Bastion.
Look at his shield, it's falling so low. Luckily that defense matrix is absorbing a lot of that. Urki's making the smart rotation off of the high ground. Superpluke doing the same thing, but he's actually just going down low.
Just go on the point. If they put themselves on the point right here, they could force a position from Urki that's less than ideal. They are now going into this health pack room where they do have a little bit of additional healing for their healer should it be required. And Bucket, he's going to be looking for an angle here to try and hit a good Bardic grenade. Multiple hits going to come through from the Fire Strike. British Hurricane, they're now going to cash in their shield.
Yeah, they can hide around this corner, though, pretty effectively. The Hulk not doing all too much just yet. Urki trying to reposition himself to do as much damage as possible. British Hurricane making the fast rotation up these stairs. You've got to be careful, Urki. He's almost near tank form, but that's a lot of cleave damage.
That's a big EMP!
What an EMP! Kevster, oh, he comes up big. He charged that so quickly. No one was paying attention. The bio grenade landed. And that was it. It was all over. Urki's got an ult. A-Fox has got an ult. In fact, they've all got ults almost.
Like, that's the thing about Bastion, right? Like, you worry about the Bastion, because he's dealing so much damage. You're like, we've got to kill this Bastion. He's going to be easy once we get close to him.
We also got to DM the Sombra, but it's so difficult. You've only got a limited duration on it.
You can't deal with both for now. Urki can deal so much damage. He's got the amplification matrix available from that. He's got that immortality field, so he can just sit pretty forever. There's no hack on the side of British Hurricane to get rid of that immortality field. They don't have the DPS to do either.
Oh, no,
DPS.
Not the window. Amplification matrix used. You didn't even need tank form. He did activate that before people had died, though, so you can't really blame him for that one at all. Disgusting amount of damage, and you saw the health bars melt. That as soon as that defense matrix falls, it's done. It's all over. There's no way you can scoot past that.
Yeah, Havical at least farming up some stats for damage eaten. Over the course of his 2-second defense matrix, got 1,800 damage eaten, so good job, Haffy. Nice bomb, maybe going to be coming in right now. British Hurricane haven't really been investing in these previous fights, so they are building up a respectable ultimate bank. But Sparker and Haffycool, because everyone's behind these shields, are having trouble building up the ultimate charge they need.
They've only got a minute remaining as well. There's the nano boost with the supercharger, again a whole bunch of damage. Oh, Numlock gets the pin, and a perfect swing through as well. They get the supercharger. Immortality field was way too late, Harry. I don't think it was even actually on Urki. Numlock going mad mode, taking the game into his own hands. Doesn't quite get the pin, but it doesn't matter. 40 seconds now remain for Hurricane. They're going to be able to cap. But 80, they got so much time to set up now, Harry.
Immortality field was out, Jaws, but it was a super smart charge from Numlock. He charged him around the corner, so the line of sight was broken. It got rid of the immortality effect, meaning that the Bastion could be disassembled. British Hurricane are going to get another couple minutes in their time bank and move on forward. They've got to be speedy, though, if they want a quicker time for Angry Titans. And Angry Titans on this defense, they're going to be looking pretty good, because they can use the EMP into Bastion fire, and that is so hard to get yourself away from, especially if you don't have the ability to mitigate it.
Basically impossible. You got nothing, Harry. You got speed boost. You got defense matrix.
Maybe Ophi can stay out of the EMP range here, but he needs to speed boost people through, right? You can't be dilly-dallying when you're going up against that much DPS. You're basically guaranteed to be caught by the CMP.
No one else really has ults, though, on AT. They might have a nano boost coming up to the fight, but people aren't taking initial damage either, so the Arna's not going to build that nano as readily as Bok is. You can see Hurricane now moving up towards on this high ground, but they've got to be wary of Kevster, like you were saying. If he's going to hide out, EMP's going to come through, but so's the bomb. It actually enters the room. Kevster actually gets taken down. No EMP and follow-up, really. There's no hacks going to be available now, so it's going to be easy for Hurricane to run them down. Bok may be down, yes, but they still have Yofi to back them up. It's going to be all about the ults from Hurricane. Shadow's going to come through. Numlock might be purple, but he's got the shields to back him up with. And now, Angry Titan's going to have to try and get back onto the point. An instant grab on Kevster, and he gets instantly dispatched with as well.
Primal Rage almost ready. This could be exactly what the Titans need. It looks like this fight is theirs.
Distraction from Urki and Superpluke as well. You got to look one way for the Primal Rage, but you got to look another for the Bastion as well. What a perfectly timed EMP from Kevster, but they threw everything in, and British Hurricane got nothing out of that at all. They didn't even get a tick.
Look at Bucket's ult charge. It was so important that Superpluke killed him, Jaws. If he managed to get that nano boost out, then Numlock could have cleaned up that Earth Shadow so quickly and built himself up another one, as well as making sure Superpluke died before that was available. And Superpluke, he's going to be able to build up another Primal Rage so quickly he can get the nano boost. You can maybe put that onto Urki as well. And obviously, a very survivable Bastion, 50% less damage, 50% more damage is a pain to run into.
Yeah, that it is. I think that's an understatement, Harry, I'm going to be honest with you. Especially if you haven't got any defense matrix. Big rotation once again from AT. Someone's still contesting, of course, and it will be Superpluke. There's the nano on the Bastion, has the tank form as well. Hulk's going to come through. Doesn't really quite find all too much. Just a bit of shield damage. That's all that they really need, to be honest. You can't move if you're Numlocked, if you haven't got any shields. And now Urki's going to go for the big rotation once again.
Just want to keep him in a corner. Secure this route here from British Hurricane, but want to try and find the safest approach possible towards the minigun that Urki is pointing their way. And the second they get on top of him, he can use the tank form as well, get that permanent ironclad
there
bonus
it is.
out. It comes.
Tank's coming in. Numlock's trying for the pin. He gets nanoed as well. Everybody's got to run from AT, but a perfect kite back from Urki, as well as an immortality field to save the rest of the team as well. There was nothing that they could be done. Kevster, Bruceson, they were all okay. Superpluke's in the back line and does get killed in the end. And Hurricane do manage to find a tick. Numlock's going to go down. EMP and the window as well. Amplification Matrix doing so much work. That beat is nothing compared to that ultimate coming through from the Baptiste. Another big cleanup for AT. 1 minute and 20 seconds now remains, and they're cycling ults like it's nobody's business. They got Supercharger coming up, Harry. They're going to have Nano. They're going to have Primarage. They almost got everything.
Yeah, the Supercharger into the Nano Boost was exactly what we saw on the defense, but failed on point A. They tried to use the Immortality Field to keep Urki in his primary position to just keep on firing, but it was a great charge from Numlock that happened to try and make it work, and it's got to be the hero play again from Big Brain Seb Barton. The Earth Shatter is available. He's going to be dealing with a static shield from Bruton. He needs to take account of when that gets put down. You've got to take account of where Superplukes is. Almost a Primal Rage will be ready. If you can split up Hurricane and get them into the crossfire.
They're speeding in. Supercharger coming out as well. The Shatter's going to land, but it goes straight into the shield. The Immortality Field is so good as well. They survive through the initial onslaught of damage. There's no way you can stop Urki now in tank form either. 30 seconds remain for Hurricane. Hafigul's going to get taken out last. Potentially they can get a touch here, but it's looking like AT might just tie the series up.
They can get a touch, but they're going to be running into an EMP and a Primal Rage. What are you going to do against that? Superpluke can make sure even no one touches. If Yofi tries to get close, you can just manual hack him. We won't be able to do anything about it. Angry Titans are also going to be able to set up with the Bastion again and again. What can British Hurricane do? It's got to be the big bomb from Haffy. Sparker can try and combine it with that Graviton Surge, but you've just got everyone under one Immortality Field. And will you even be able to use the ultimates if you get hacked? Where's Kevster? He's got to be the hero here. He's got to open it up.
AT's going to trigger, well, British Hurricane, sorry, trigger an overtime bomb coming in, destroy the Immortality Field, but they've still got a lot of ults to work with. The window's going to come out as well, and Matrix doing so much, but the Graviton Surge blocks have been placed. That's going to be Danny finding 2 kills. Urki's still alive though, but Numlock coming around from the side, finds the pin kill. The rally coming out on the point from Danny 2 is going to make them incredibly hard to take down.
There's so much value right here. Superpluke's already dead, couldn't even touch. Kevster's on the emergency Doom Fist.
Is it going to work? I don't think so. An instant kill from Daned as well. The ball's going to come through just off for some additional time, but it is OT. British Hurricane will end up completing as soon as they kill Bruceson. Well, until, you know, everybody else comes out as well. Actually on the sim to try and stall out. But OT ticking down here. British Hurricane, this was their last attempt. But with AT having 2 minutes and 51 seconds, Harry, that's going to give them a free attack.
Yeah. British Hurricane here. Their win condition is to draw. That's the best they can hope for. And they've got to hold out for 3 minutes to make that a reality. That's how long Angry Titans have in their time back in, it seems like right now, allowing Bruceson to sort of be independent. Just working with Urki on that Orisa is one of the synergistic options which is benefiting them the most. Let Superpluke play a main tank where he can do his calls, where he can make his engagements with Winston as well. You have these different threats to try and deal with. You try and overwhelm the comms of British Hurricane, and that's how you try and splinter them apart. Because if your synergy isn't that good, if your communications aren't as crisp as you'd like, if you've got a new player, you've got to bring them down to your level, right? You've got to get the chaos. That's where you're going to thrive, because basically, you're in a ranked match with a new player. You've got to put them in the ranked match.
Is that why they were playing the Bastion in the double main tank?
Absolutely.
Well, there it is. 2 minutes and 51
Superpluke
seconds.
came in. He's just like, I'm a Winston main, guys.
I only play Winston. I'm sorry. Well, there it is. 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. Like you said, AT need 1 tick to draw this series up. Or tie the series up, not draw it. Still got another couple of maps, so I should stop getting ahead of myself. Hurricane have to go for something rather special on the defense. Looks like they're going with Danet on the Hanzo. They got the May as well from Bok, and the old-fashioned pulled pork combo.
Pulled pork. It's going to be great for getting those early picks. We'll see if Superpluke will move out. I imagine he may actually just come out on this, have a little bit of a scout. They are all going to be revealed here by a Sonic Arrow in terms of their silhouettes. That's why we saw the Lucio and Spawn, just to give a little bit of extra speed to Superpluke. Actually, they're going to have a wholesale swap around here. Angry Titans have the luxury of time on their side. They need to win 1 fight. They are also going to go for pulled pork right here, so it's going to be combo versus combo. But there's more mitigation available for British Hurricane because they've got the May.
They have, but they've also got to worry about the Immortality Field coming out from Fash. If someone gets pulled in, you can throw that disc down, easy peasy, and no one's going to go down.
It's already been used, though.
Yeah, it has. They're trying to move around this corner. They're doing a good job of kind of forcing Hurricane away for the time being. Shield destruction.
Look at
pretty
Fat's
good
ult
for
charge!
AT.
He's 78% already. If he gets that, oh my lord, Kev's going to be doing so much damage.
Okay, maybe just stop counting, mate, because it's now actually past 90. It's actually, he's got it.
This is
he's
beyond
got it. It's online already.
capability.
Okay, so Fat can now move forward with this. British Hurricane, maybe they don't even expect this to come online. I'm sure you've seen it in your rank games. It's like, wait, how did the immortality? How did it come out so quickly? But there it is. Kev's just going to find the first kill on Sparker as well. Yofi could go for the res, but it'll be so risky. AT now moving towards the point. British Hurricane are going to fail the hook. Another hook coming through from A-Fox this time around. Does go a little bit wide. AT now claiming a lot of valuable space.
Yofi has the Valkyrie, tried to get a little bit aggressive there, and now it's going to be an all-out brawl on the point.
Fat's going to get, he's going to get caught up by Bok. Easy peasy. Dragon Strike coming through as well. Everybody's going to die. I die to that. Bruce will jump off the edge. You don't want to give too much ult charge away. Although the Arista's going to claim that one with the halt. Kevster, very, very close to going down. He escapes with his life. But British Hurricane, they bought a lot of time there. Plus, they have ults coming on for the next fight. The control ultimate, that Blizzard, that could be all they need.
Great brawling right there. Unfortunately, for Angry Titans, A-Fox didn't quite get the shot that he wanted onto Yofi after that hook. Could not quite secure the kill, and that means Yofi was able to survive with that Valkyrie, give a damage boost to everyone, give a healing to everyone who was requiring it. Now they have to move into a supercharger. He's so far ahead of Super Fluke is unlocked right now. Everyone doing 50% extra damage. It's not quite an amplification matrix, but it does mean that you can move a lot more freely, try and get those cheeky peeks onto Angry Titans, who are now down to only 45 seconds. What was once a luxurious time bank has melted away, and they're looking down the barrel of a draw.
They got one fight in them. Sparker activating the sights. You can see where everybody is. Urki using the dragons, clearing people off high ground. That supercharge not being as effective anymore as people have scattered away from it. It eventually falls also to Brewson's hands, but Urki is fairly low. They managed to catch Super Fluke though. A nice hook combo, plus the damage boost from the Mercy ends his life rather swiftly. Dragons coming through as well, and AT now on their last limbs. British Hurricane wanting to make this a draw is very much a reality now.
Amplification Matrix is active. I'm not sure where, though. Urki got outdueled by Daned. They're running out of men, and they've got 10 seconds left. An opening pick onto Daned. Exactly what they needed.
A-Fox coming in, though, with the ult as well, but look at that. Instant Blizzard on the floor. No one can now move past that choke. Brewston had to touch to even trigger OT. He's diving and dodging, but not quite ducking. He ends up going down. OT ticks through. Everybody gets pushed away by the whole hog. Happy cool, making sure they can't touch. Does mean British Hurricane find themselves a draw.
Not tactical here. The Halt Hook combo is definitely being a little bit better than Angry Titans, and you can put that down often to like the synergy that they have. They're getting these picks onto Super Fluke. They're really denying him the ultimate charge as well. You can't get that supercharger, which is a hugely effective ultimate if you want to be able to take those cheeky peeks. And that's exactly what you want, right? With the snipers, you want to be able to go off on your own, have a hook shot up into the sky, come down, rain some fire. And if you're in this line of sight of a supercharger, it's good. Not so much with the amplification matrix. You're very predictable in your positioning.
Was down to the whole hook. You saw there Mercy on the kill feed too. As soon as that hook comes in, you know what the Roadhog's going to do next. You hold that right click, get damage boost, instant kill onto Super Fluke. And that's all about tracking the ultimate, not even the ultimate cooldowns, just the cooldowns in general as well. That Fortify does a whole lot of work against this kind of combo. Make sure you can't get CC, plus gives you damage resistance as soon as that goes offline, or you force that out in some respects. Orisa, pretty easy pickings. Very, very easy target to hit, plus the head's pretty big.
Yeah, speaking of Fortify, it's also a team-based cooldown as well, because you can, as an Orisa, if you know that your team's going to get halted, you get halted up with them, and you use the Fortify in front of them. It blocks for CC because it connects to you, because you're a much larger hitbox. If you don't have that available, not only can you get dragged in, but you also can't defend your team quite as well as you would like. And well, right now, Angry Titans, they have had these huge glimmers of potential. They really do have a game plan sometimes, but often they just sort of outthink themselves.
Oh man, that E and B was so good. Urki just holding left click, doing what a Bastion does best. It was Big Brain Barton in the end of it all, though, like you said, pushing the Bastion out of the Immortality field, instantly netting him the kill, and that's what resulted in Hurricane actually pushing on towards second. Now we're in a situation where this series has turned into just a best of three rather than anything else, and they still have the map advantage as well. So Hurricane are going to go into map number 3 with one in their back pocket. AT just couldn't clench out the win in the end. Yeah,
we can still go to a map 5 if they draw on hybrid, but that would be very much a win strike kind of series where they were known to just like draw twice and then go to the 5th map with a 2-1 scoreline.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if that does happen. We've got hybrid coming up next. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you in a bit.